And recorded.
It started. It's up there.
Oh, I want to say I'm so happy that I can just go to the website and click on the latest song sheet. That is terrific.
Oh, you mean the uke link that it always is updated?
Yes. But now it's easier to click on it and not look for it, and it was great.
Oh, good. Good. Okay, let's play some ukulele together. So we're going to do our warm-up. We're going old school again. We've been back to Hashki Venu mostly to get us this sort of introduction to multiple keys. So we'll warm up just by playing this in C, and then we'll make our way through our new keys, and then we'll jump into some of our songs that we've been playing. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. C, G, A minor, and F. C, G, A minor, and F. Go ahead and play with the suspensions if you want. Last time, C, G, A minor, and F, and on the C. Okay, feel good to everyone? Are you all starting to play with the suspensions? And I'm trying to just be very playful when I'm playing it, so you can sort of hear some things to copy or to play with or whatever language you want to use there. Okay, same thing. Let's try it in the key of G. So going over our chords, we've got the G as our 1 chord. We've got the D as our 5 chord. We've got the E minor as our minor 6 chord. And we've got the C as our 4th chord. So 2, 3, 4. G, D, E minor, and C. G, D, E minor. That E minor switch is tough. C, G, D, E minor, and C. Another couple times. G, D, E minor, and C. Last time. G, D, E minor, and C. And on G. Okay, how did that one feel to us? Good? Getting better? Feeling more comfortable? I find the switch to the E minor is the hardest of all the moves here. For me personally, at least, if I play the D with my index finger blocking those 3, that's the easiest for me to move to the E minor, but you can figure out whatever it is for you that's the easiest move. And sometimes that's how you pick how you do a chord, right? I can play my D with my index finger, I can play with my middle finger, or I can play with my first 3 fingers. And sometimes I'll pick the chord based on where I'm going next, right? That move, to me, is easier than that move. Though with this form, you can do the suspensions.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
I just feel like I have to concentrate, so it's hard to think about suspensions, too.
Yeah, exactly, right? Those are really, we call them flourishes for a reason. Only once the bass is down does it really make sense to focus. Excuse me. Okay, so maybe let's play that one more time, and then we'll go on. 2, 3, 4. D, or G, D now, sorry. E minor, and C. G, D, E minor, and C. Last time. G, D, E minor, and C. if you're feeling really good, is there anyone who's feeling really good about their E minor, like feels very comfortable? Linda? So go ahead and play your E minor for a second. And put your pinky down on that A string, the bottom string, on the 5th fret. So you're like this, you're adding that pinky right there, and that's a nice little flourish there. Just a little flourish that you can do. In the same way you have your other flourishes. That's you'll hear me doing it in the like G, D, here's the E minor, and flourish, C. That's all. Just another little thing. Okay. In our 3rd key that we're playing this in the key of F. So we've got our F, we've got our C, we've got our D minor, we've got our B flat. Just as a reminder, with that B flat really helps to shift that elbow in. And what you're really doing when you're shifting the elbows, you're trying to get an angle where your wrist hits. Let me turn around, right? You're trying to, instead of coming in straight, you're trying to really angle in that wrist. Does that make sense, right? This is how we do many of the chords. That's me playing an F chord. When I do the B flat, I want to angle it in pretty good, so that my arm is pointing towards the headstock. You can also get the same effect by like pushing the head out a little bit of your ukulele, right? Like pushing it out and away from you. You can get a similar sort of angling. Okay, let's go ahead and try this.
Inverting the angle has made a huge difference.
Yeah. And sometimes with these things, really the way to do it is let your body be the guide, right? Like if your body wants to contort, go ahead and move the ukulele so it contorts how it wants to. Okay, let's try this. Here we go now. 2, 3, 4. F, C, D minor, B flat, 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 and on the F. Okay, how are those B flats feeling to folks these days? Starting to get more comfortable?
Better than I thought they could be.
Okay, we'll take that as a success story. Kathleen, how's the B flat feeling? Okay-ish? Great. Well, that's an improvement, so we'll take that. Okay, before we play the blues, let's do some ukulele vamping. Okay. So just as a reminder, like the blues, we can play this in 2 different keys. That's what we're seeing here. We're seeing the key of C on the top. We're seeing the key of G on the bottom. One of the things that's a little different that we're not as used to is normally we're used to thinking of the key as being what the first chord is, and that's not what's happening here. We're going from the 2 to the 7 to the 1. So in the key of C, that's a D to a G to a C, and in the key of in the key of G, we're going from A to D to G. So just something to keep in mind here. The 2 chord is normally not a major chord or a 7th chord. It's normally a minor chord. So when we're playing in the C of key, the key of C, normally we would expect the D to be a D minor chord. But this Hawaiian vamp changes the minor to a 7th chord. Just as a reminder, a minor chord is going to be a sad chord, a major chord is going to be a happy chord, and a 7th chord is going to be a bluesy chord. So
I should ask why it changes it. I don't think I should ask that. I'm not going to ask that.
So the real answer, Linda, is that it's using a scale that is not the standard major scale,
Okay, that's fine.
and it changes the chord because of that. So A, B, right? This is our normal chord or our normal scale, right? So it changes it. It adds in that extra
Okay.
seventh note. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's go ahead and try our vamping first in the key of C, the one on the top. So we're going to go D7, G7, C. D7, G7, and C. D7, G7, and C. D7, G7, C. D7, G7, and C. Okay, now I think usually when it's done a little faster than that, so it's more like D. D7, G7, and C. D7, G7, and C. Keep going. Let me just make it so you can see my chords. D7, G7, and C. D7, G7, and C. Okay, now remember we've got that other D7 chord that you can be playing with too. Right, that's the one below it there in yellow, where you're, instead of having that kind of empty sandwich where you have the two fingers with the nothing in the middle, it moves to blocking like a D and then putting your next finger down down here. So that's how I'm playing it, but you can also play it fine with those two fingers if you'd rather. So let's go ahead and try that other shape with the D7 to hear how it feels different. Here we go now, D7, G7, and C. Let's slow it down a little bit. D7, G7, and C. So we're doing that bar D7, D7, G7, and C. As nice as all of your faces are, if you all wouldn't mind pointing your cameras down a little bit, if I can see your fingers and your strumming, lets me know a little better what's tough and what's not. Okay, let's try this in the key of G instead. So now we've got an A7, a D7, and a G. Here we go from the beginning. A7, D7, and G. A7, D7, and G. A7, D7, and G. A7 and D7 and G. Little faster. A7 and D7 and G. A7, D7 and G. Last time. A7 and D7 and G. Okay, how'd that one feel? It's kind of hard, not in the playing, but in the ear to move from the one key to the other, isn't it? Like, it's hard to hear it in the other key after you've been playing the first one. Or at least it is for me. Okay. Let's play some blues. There we go. Okay. We will play blues in a few different keys, as we have been. So let's start in the key of G. So our one chord in the key of G is a G7 or a G. Our 4 chord is a C7. And our 5 chord is that D7. So just feel that. The G7's 1, the C7, the D7, the G7. 2, 3. Oh, are you not seeing... Do you all see the whole bottom of the blues thing, or is that cut off? It is cut off for you, right? That's what it looks like to me. I don't know why that is. Wait, I think I do know why that is. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Hey, Amy. And Judy, all together. Okay, here we go now. 2, 3, 4. G7, C7, G7. Oh, there's your new ukulele, Linda. Now G, C7, C7. Now G7, G7. Here comes D7, D7, C, G. Sorry, I think I said all those wrong. Let's start from the top. Here we go. G7 and C7 and G7. Now C7, C7, back to G7. Now D7, C7, G7. Turn it around with a D7. Top, G7, C7, G7, C7, C7, back to G7. Now D7, C7, G7. Turn it around, let's do it one more time. D7, here we go, G7. Now C7, back to G7. G7, now C7. C7, back to G7. G7, D7, C7, G7. Turn it around with the D7 and end with a G7. Okay, how was blues in the key of G? How'd that feel?
Good.
Good. Blues in the key of F. So let's go over our 3 chords. F7. That was not an F7 that I just played. Let's try that one more time. That was an F7. And then that B flat 7. This is a funky one. You're going to move your thumb back, just as a reminder. You're going to move it what we call Grandma Judy style, right? Putting your thumb back there. Like a bass player would is the real answer. Judy was a bass player, for those who didn't know. And then you're going to put your finger across and go there. That's a B flat 7 right there. So F7 to B flat 7 to C7 to F7. F7, B flat 7, C7, and F7. The B flat 7 is a funky one to get used to, isn't it? It's just such a different way of holding everything. So I'd go ahead and practice going from the F7 to the B flat 7 if you're having as much trouble as I am. How's that feeling for folks? Is that feeling okay-ish?
Grandma Judy does it real easily.
It doesn't surprise me at all. Exactly. Okay, let's try this. Here we go now. 2, 3, 4. F7. B flat 7. Back to F7. B flat 7. F7. C7. B flat 7. F7. Turn around with C7. F7. B flat 7. F7. B flat 7. F7. C7. B flat 7. F7. One more time. Turn around with that C7. Here we go. F7. B flat 7. F7. B flat 7. F7. C7. B flat 7. F7. Turn around with the C7 and end on an F7. Okay, how'd that one feel to us?
That is a hard but good workout.
Yeah. Yeah, your hand. Yeah, you start feeling it, right? Like, yeah, totally.
Requires 100% concentration.
It's how different the hand position is in that B flat, I think. So a good exercise. These are the exercises really to focus on. Really is what I would do if you're practicing. Getting comfortable with these is really getting you a huge diversity of chords and switches and rhythms, and in particular the blues lets you just kind of make it up as you go too. I encourage you to make up words if there's no one around also. Remember the key to a blues song is just that you repeat the first line twice, right? So I went out to the country feeling bad, and then you just have to say the same line again differently. I went out into the country and I'm feeling bad. Right, then when you turn it around to the 5 chord, don't no one tell me next time I'll be sad, or something like that, right? It's very easy to do that. Yep. Okay, I think those are our only keys that we have. No, we have another key of blues. Let's play some more blues.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so now we're in the key of A7. So A7, D7, E flat 7, my favorite chord. Back to A7. A7. Now we know that other D7, so you can do that if you want to. I think I like that. I think I like that other D7 better. A7, D7, E7, A7. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. A7, D7, A7, D7, A7, E flat, E7, now D7, A7, turn it around with that E7 to the top, A7, D7, A7, D7, back to A7, E7, D7, A7, turn it around with E7 one more time, A7, D7, A7, D7, A7, E7, D7, A7, turn it around to E7 and end on an A7.
You were doing some variation.
Oh, yeah. So all that I'm doing, actually, you're talking about how I'm dressing up the D7, Amy, or the A7?
No, well, the A7. It looked like the D7. Were you doing this bar?
The D7, I was just switching between the two shapes that we have. But for the A7, I was putting my finger down on that C also. Like I'm making a C chord and an A7 chord at the same time.
And what is that? Is there a name for that?
Yeah, let's see. That's going to be, well, we're adding the C into the A7. A, B, C. We're just adding another A, B, C, right? We're just adding the 3 on the top as well.
Okay, that was. Were you chucking?
What'd you say?
Were you chucking?
Chucking.
Were you chucking?
Oh, yeah. Got it. I wasn't quite sure what you meant by chucking. Yeah, I do that all the time. One thing to do, you can always chuck a little bit too if you're having trouble getting to a chord quickly. And then it sounds artistic rather than that you're having trouble getting your hand there quickly.
I have a question, Rabbi Daniel. Can you put in the regular, like, can you just go A to A7, D to D7?
Sure. Right, and that's just me switching between the regular chord to the 7th chord, Linda.
Okay, thanks.
I don't think we've learned the A. The A is a real easy chord. If you play your A7 and then just put your middle finger right up there on the 2nd fret of the G string. That's an A. That's an A7. Amy, you sounded like you were about to say something.
Oh, I was just asking how to make an A, so now I know.
Okay, those were our blues. Let's play the song we've been working on. What a Wonderful World. It's What a Wonderful World, and what's the other part of the song?
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow chords. Yep. Thank you, Linda. Okay, you can all see this, yeah? It looks okay? Let's go ahead and try it. From the ooze. Here we go now. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, E minor. Ooh, F. Now go to C. F. E7, oh, A minor, now F, somewhere E minor, the rainbow, F, up C, F, the C that you dream of, G in a la, now just stay on that F for a second while we think about this next part. Okay, these are going to get less time on each of these chords. Remember, just one set on each. Here we go. Here we go. I see C of E minor and F. Roses C. Now F. Watch the C for E7, A minor, and I F to myself. You get to stay on that a little longer. G. What a wonderful A minor. Now F. F. Will I see C of E minor and F of C and the F of C. E7, the A minor, and I F to myself. Now G. What a wonderful C. F. C. The G of the rainbow. So C in the sky. R, G on the faces of C passing by. I see F shaking C, saying F, do you see there? F, really C. D minor or D minor 7 if you want. I love G. Ignore the D there, that's the wrong chord. They wrote it like the guitar chord because they make the same mistake I did. Okay, here we go. Next line. I hear C, B, C minor, and I F them C. They'll F so much C, then E7 will A minor, and I F to myself. G, what a wonderful A minor. F, someday I wish upon a star. G up where the clouds are far, A minor. Now F, where C melts like lemon drops. G above the chimney tops, that's A minor. You'll F me, oh C, where E minor, the rainbow. F up C. F, the C that you did to G. Oh, why can't A minor? F, back to the oohs. Ooh, E minor, E minor. Now F. Ooh, C. F. Ooh, E7. A minor. Oh, oh, oh. Now end on a C. Okay. I think that's the first time we really kind of played through the whole thing like that. How'd that feel? Any thoughts? Where are we at on that one?
Great fun.
Awesome. Since I came in late, I hate to ask this because I might have missed it, but when we're talking about preparing for the Havdalah coming up, is that a song we could do?
Oh, for sure. For sure we'll play
At our
that.
Havdalah?
For sure.
I just wonder if anybody but me thinks that key is a hard key.
It's a hard key. It's a hard key to sing in.
I wish we could try it in G now that we know all those different chords. That's all.
So the problem is we don't know all of those different chords. Let me show you why. D, E, F, G, that's up.
Oy.
Nope.
Just leave it. Leave it.
I'm going to show you what it looks like in the key of G. Here you go. This should be in G. So you get a B minor, you get a B7.
B7, we don't know.
It's not very.
Not that we couldn't learn that.
Let's leave it where it is.
Yeah.
Let's look at. The other thing we can do, Linda, is what I do is I flip the octave that I'm singing it. Sometimes I sing way up high, and sometimes I drop it an octave.
No, I feel you. I have trouble with it too.
Okay, well, someday. Maybe someday.
Someday, over the rainbow.
Exactly. When we get to the other end of the rainbow, Linda, that's when we'll switch keys.
It's a while.
Okay, Buttercup, shall we?
Rabbi Daniel, can I say something? Maybe I could email you this.
Please.
Is there? I wondered if I could put in a plug for January 8th, which would be the last Saturday I'm around for a couple months, and I didn't know if that could be a Havdalah date. Could I email you that or text you?
Let me just look at my calendar and confirm. I don't see why that doesn't work.
Not to make it all about me, but I'd love to be here for one.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, great. Here, let's just make it official.
Yay! I hope that's okay for everybody else.
Not for me. I've got a Brahms and Beethoven symphony
Oh.
on the 8th. But
What time?
8.
Is it too hard to do two things in one night, Ray?
Well, we'll talk about that. I'll
It might be too much.
It gets dark a lot earlier, too, so we could do it a lot earlier if we wanted to.
Yeah, we probably. Okay.
Regardless, let's Buttercup it, shall we?
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to mute everyone. Okay, first thing is this intro, right? Is this the key we played in? I think it is. I clicked a button, though. And there's an E chord in here? Is this the key we played it in? I don't think this is the key we've been playing this in.
We just stuck with E7.
That's what we did. You're right, Linda. Great. Okay, so we're going to go into this from a G7. We're going to let the G7 go straight into the C. That's one of the things I hope our ears have learned from our blues playing, is that the 5 chord, when it's a 7th chord, wants to go into the 1. The G7 always wants to go to a C. So when we start on a G7, it gets us ready. Like that. Let me turn on original sound for you Zoomers. Why do you see me up? E7 cup, baby, just to F me down and G me around and then C of all. You E7, baby, when you F you will, but I G you still. I need C more than C7, darling. F that you have from the start. So C me up, G7. Hold on, Patty's coming in. Let me let them in and mute Linda.
What's F minor?
So an F minor is technically this. But you can cheat a little bit and just play an F. And then slide that middle finger down to the 1st fret. And just avoid that top string. So you go from... Okay. From the verse. 2, 3. I'll be...
Wait. Daniel,
Yep.
can you see F minor? Can you go to the top for a second? Go to the top
Yep.
for F minor. Let's just see what it looks like. F minor, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
So it wants you to play it like this, which is a better chord, right? But I think it's easier to just do an F and then just sort of move that middle finger down. And don't play this or throw that pinky down there if you want. Okay, here we go. I'll be over at 10. 2, 3. I'll be C, F, G. You told me B flat F. Hold on, let's try that one more time. There's something weird there. I'll be O, C, F, G. You told me B flat and F, but you'll see. I'm not fine. Hold on, let me find the key in my head. I don't know why I'm not hearing it. Buttercup, don't break my heart. I'll be C, F, G. You told me B flat and F, but you'll see. I weighed a F and then oh, C to the G. I can't B flat any F. It's not C. You let me F again. Okay, this next part, the hey hey heys. So we got F, C, D minor, baby, baby. Try to find G, A minor. That's a tough one. G, F minor, E minor. So for all of these, if it's too tough to do them like that, just play the last chord and sing the other ones. Hey, 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 baby, baby. I try to find, hey, 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 little time. You hear how that sounds fine? And I'll make you mine. F be home, I'll be D7, the phone waiting for G. Ooh, ooh, G7, why do you see me up? E7 cup, baby, just to F me down. And G me around, and then C of all. You E7, baby, when you F you will. But I G is still, I need C. More than C7, darling. F that you have, F minor. So C me up. G cup, don't break my F. G, let me scroll it down for you. O to C, I'm a G, but I B flat to the F. You a C. If you'd F me no, hey, hey, C to your G, B flat to F, all the C. Why do you F you so? F, C, D minor, baby, baby. I try to find G, F minor, E minor, little time, and I'll make you mine. F be home, I'll be D7, the phone waiting for G or G7. I like G7 here. I think it sounds nicer. Why do you see me up? E7 cup, baby, just to F me down. And G me around, and then C of all. You E7, baby, when you F you will. But I G is still, I need C. More than C7, darling. You F that I have from F minor. So C me up. G cup, don't break my F. B flat, G, C. Okay. How'd that feel? I like Kathleen's passionate moderation there. Like passionately right in the middle. That was good. Yeah. Patty's got a thumbs down. Say that again, Amy.
I think it's just, I think it was great and great fun.
Oh.
Say goodbye.
The challenge is the speed, the pace, which I think will get, as we, I shouldn't speak for other people, but that's but I like the challenge.
So I'd love to add another song next week. It feels like we've got 2 songs that we solidly are working on and actually treating like full pieces. And I'd like to add another song. Anyone have a recommendation for a song that they'd like to do on Uke?
Are we going to do the rehearse the Havdalah? Because that's a couple days after that.
Yes, we certainly will go over Havdalah next week. And maybe that's enough between these 2 songs, Havdalah and all of that. But if anyone has a song that they'd like to do, let's add it in. Think about it. Email me.
I was thinking about Mishabera.
Oh, we could learn that.
Yeah, I love that when they do that in Shabbat.
I like the
That's not Havdalah though, is it? But I love that song.
I like the ripple idea, Kathleen. I'm gonna look up the chords for it. Oh
I think
yeah.
we should have I think we should have a practice this week, maybe Sunday late in the afternoon. Anybody available? My mom's always available.
Sunday works for me. That'd be great.
the 12th.
And then the 12th, does that work for you, Linda? Like later in the afternoon, like 3:30 might be the earliest I could probably do it.
You're talking about Sunday the 12th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it. 3:30?
Yeah. Is Linda, can you do it, Rabbi Daniel, maybe?
I'm looking right now. 3:30 on Sunday. Oh, actually, I think I can. I've got a really light Sunday.
Oh, nice. Do you want to keep it light?
No, it sounds fun to come play ukulele. Your house, Amy?
Yeah. Let's do my house, 3:30. Bring Ezra. We won't allow you to come without Ezra.
Okay.
I'll send out my address for anybody that wants to join.
Do folks know the song "I Shall Be Released"? Is that it's the song they close the hullabaloo with.
Nope.
They say everything can be replaced. They say every distance is not near. No, doesn't mean anything to you. I see the light come shining from the west down to the east. Nope, not familiar. Okay. It's got.
Daniel,
I love that song. I love that song.
I love that. That's so pretty.
Oh, okay.
I would love to learn that.
Some of us know it.
Daniel, got to remind you that you have a meeting.
I do have a meeting in 4 minutes that I have to go to. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it.